Mega Man 2's world record speedrun is absolutely incredible, and today that's what we're going to be taking a look at. Now this run was run by Cypher, who is a big idol of mine in terms of Mega Man 2 speedrunning. He basically got me into Mega Man 2 speedrunning as I saw his run at AGDQ 2014.
I've never done a single run of any of the other classic Megas.
That's why he's the GOAT. That's why he's the Mega Man 2 GOAT. Okay, he's just talking about like Mega Man versatility, it seems like.
Why did
and
I
like
pick up 2 to begin with?
Mega Man 2 is such a different speed game than any of the other Mega Man games. It's closer to 1, but 1 is so much different as well.
Was watching
Why'd you pick up this
Seth
game?
Glass's attempt streams of it back in 2010.
Seth Glass is an OG legend, by the way.
So
He has some of the
Seth
oldest
Glass,
world records for this game.
Before like 2013, roughly.
Yeah, that's right. I remember watching Seth
And
Glass speedrun back in the day. Because like I was saying, I really got into this game during 2013, 2014 because I discovered AGDQ in 2013. But Cypher didn't run Mega Man 2 in AGDQ 2013. He ran it in 2014, which is when I really got into it. But I remember watching Cypher's other speedruns at the time in 2013, and that's when I discovered Seth Glass and some of his early world record runs. This game is just amazing. Also, not much is happening in Flashman stage. Here you just go here to get item number 3 as early as possible because you use it in Heatman stage, which is up next. Cool Kid's the Mega Man 1 world record holder, by the way, so I mean that guy's really good at Mega Man. As you can see by the splits in the bottom left, he's the current world record holder before this run. If this run world records, I wonder if it will. That is such a hard trick. That item 3 trick is like one of the only Mega Man 2 tricks I cannot do consistently. Also, sorry I'm not talking a lot. I don't want to interrupt Cypher. I mean, it's his run and he's saying some cool things, so I'm going to interrupt him minimally if possible. And this is just one of the easiest zips in the game. Just get into the ceiling. If you get into the ceiling in Mega Man 2, you could usually zip across to the end of the ceiling, and this is why you go to Flashman stage first to get item 3, because obviously that saves time. If you don't pause right there, you'll fall into the hole. You can't make that jump. But you could reset your jump momentum in Mega Man 2 by pausing and unpausing, which is really cool. It's a trick that's not used a lot unless you play like ROM hacks or stuff like that. The He-Man split is 420. Isn't that funny, guys? Also, I tried to make my webcam smaller in this video. Some people suggested I cover up the splits. I'm not doing that. I think that's important information, but I think it's smaller and it shouldn't be as intrusive onto the gameplay, so hopefully that's true. Again, I'm still trying to figure out the streaming setup, so forgive me if I'm taking up too much space. But anyway, this is the Heatman fight. This is heavily RNG dependent because you've probably heard this, but he does the 30 frame, 60 frame, 90 frame intervals. That's what these jumps are. He's jumping 30, 60, and 90 frames right there because that's when Heatman decides to attack you. And if he attacks you 30 frames every time, that's incredibly good luck. But if he attacks you 90 frames every time, that is the worst luck possible. Because you just have to wait. He's invincible until he attacks you like that. That's probably why he lost time. I'm sure his best split is based completely off of RNG, which is part of why this run is so hard to world record, because there's a lot of RNG just related to the bosses, and when you have to refight those bosses, it just adds up a lot. And now we have Airman. This is one of the coolest stages to speedrun. There's a couple stages in this game that are like super cool to speedrun, but this is one of my favorites because there aren't many glitches. This is just like a really skilled thing, as you're gonna see. Yes, there is like a pixel or two to jump on the side of these little grandma head things. I've shown this off in a video before, but it's really hard to get consistently. You have to have a lot of practice. And again, I've had a lot of practice in this game. I think my PB's like 27 minutes and 50 seconds, like a very high 27, which isn't bad, but it's obviously far from the world record. But I mean, look at that. That is incredibly hard to do. I tried to show that off in my Mega Man 2 like Let's Play thing where I beat it the cool way, and I just damage boosted off of those guys because I can't hit those jumps consistently. And if you get hit just wrong while trying to hit those hard jumps, you just fall to your death and you have to restart the entire run. But yeah, just that part of the stage is so cool to watch. And again, look at these jumps. I mean, I can't stress enough how cool this is. You can also use Flashman to go through the grandma head specifically, but once you get to the cloud riding guys, it becomes slower, and that's more of a strat for like if you're having trouble with it than, you know, for speed. This is a speed run. But yeah, I love this stage. There's not going to be any more tricks in this stage because if you look, we're already at the end of the level. And again, there wasn't any glitches in this level, which is why I love this level for speed running. I love glitches too, but that's just such a cool strat. Oh, look at those hits on Airman. It's really hard to snipe between those tornadoes like that. That was insane. I think he missed like, what, 2 shots? Maybe only 1? That's insane. He's talking about Mega Man lore, by the way. That is fun to speculate on. Maybe I'll do a video talking about Mega Man lore at some point. We'll see. And look, he ended up saving a second, it's 1.2 seconds, not a second and a half. Also, if you notice, this is in Japanese. That makes the game more difficult, but part of the reason you play the Japanese version is because these cutscenes are so long, and when you're in Japanese, there's less text and it takes less time. You can play it on normal normal mode as well, but it's a different category. And in normal mode, you have to play on English because there is no normal mode in the Japanese version. But generally with Mega Man 2 80%, you have to play on Rockman 2. Now this stage is where things are going to get crazy because yeah, there's a new strat here that I never learned. The strat that I learned while speedrunning, you did it in the next room. But here you could somehow, like that room that was just on screen is where you originally did the glitch, and that's the glitch I know how to do. But nowadays you could do it a whole room earlier, which I don't understand how to do, but it's incredibly impressive, and I'll learn it if I ever pick this up on a live stream or try to improve my PB. Also, if you're wondering why he held Heatman at the end there, for whatever reason, whenever you have a Heatman charge shot and charging up and you die, it loads your death a lot faster. Like, it doesn't go pew, 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 and then wait a second. It just, you respawn incredibly quickly, so that's something I've never heard anyone explain before, and I remember when I was trying to learn this game, I saw everyone using Heatman on all these zips, and I didn't really understand why. That's why. It makes the game load a lot faster whenever you die, so there you go. Also, this is another trick I'm just not good at. I'm good at a lot of Mega Man 2 tricks. Again, this is my best Mega Man game in terms of speedrunning, but these item 3s on the ladder, I don't know how to do it. Like, I can get a few of them, but I can't do it consistently. It's so hard. But yeah, we're already at the end of Crash Man stage, because with that glitch, you skip half the stage, and there was some really good platforming. I'm number 1 and I'm number 2. Not I'm number 2. I'm number 3 stuff. You end up having a good stage. And there is a manipulation for Crash Man where you can hit him with 2 shots, which we're obviously going to see here. People used to think it was RNG. Not RNG, but like RNG how to set it up. But yeah, that's how you do it. I think you shoot a shot off screen and then jump or something, and you could end up putting Crash Man in a position where you have to hit him in 2 hits, or it's impossible not to miss in 2 hits. Whatever. It's a consistent setup. That's all you need to know. I just realized he saved 4 seconds on Crash Man. That's crazy. This is another stage, though, that's so fun to speedrun, because the glitch in this stage is really cool. I'm not going to spoil it, but just watch, guys. This is going to be so cool.
He used Bomb Man.
Already equipped at item number 1.
And dig up a bunch of gold and oil.
What is he talking about? Yeah, this is Quick Man stage. The first part's going to be pretty basic, but once we get into this, the room after this one, you're going to see a cool glitch. And the glitch itself isn't anything crazy special. You just get into the ceiling, but just watch. So we skipped this section, but now we're in the dark. Oh, wait, no. What? Okay, there must have been some kind of new development.
He had a little money saved up
Back when I speedran this game, you had to do these lasers in the dark, which is cool, but it makes it a lot harder. But yeah, the game, since he went off screen to the left and appeared on the right, he should be on the right screen. Like, the game's not confused anymore. But that's how you skip that section. I don't know how he managed to keep the lights on, because when I did this glitch, and back in the day when I was speedrunning, everyone would do the glitch in a way where the lights just turn off. There's probably some place you press left instead of right and the lights turn back on or something. It probably makes it a lot easier. Maybe it's faster. I don't know. That's incredibly hard to do because you could soft lock there if you go too far. If you're looking left, you're zipping right, but then if you look right, you stop. So you have to press right exactly when you're on those boss corridors. And again, this is normally you'd have to fight Quick Man in the dark, which obviously this is a lot easier with light on, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish we got to see the dark strats, like fighting in the dark, because I was excited for that. That's why I was going to say this was so cool. And without it, it's still cool. I mean, those glitches are hard to perform and they're very fun, but it would have been cooler to see Quick Man fought in the dark, I think. But I mean, if it's slower, it's slower. Plus, I mean, why bother if it's so... You're just making it harder for yourself. Okay, Woodman next. I normally did Woodman last in my strat. I think after Quick Man, I do Metal Man, Bubble Man, Woodman, but I don't think it matters the last 3 you do. Item number 2 here is a new strat. I don't know when this was discovered, but nobody was doing this when I was speedrunning this game as far as I'm aware. Unless I'm crazy. But this is probably the glitchiest stage in the game. Because first of all, you skip all these boss fights, which isn't super hard to perform, but you have to do more of those like press rights on the exact transition frame, because as you can see, when he's looking left, he's zipping, and when he's looking right... Okay, that was fine. That would have soft locked if it happened in the other 2 rooms. Also, oh wow, he's doing the glitch here. Again, the Woodman glitch is one I know of, but normally you get in the ceiling in this room to do the same glitch that he's doing, but he did it from the ladder somehow. And this is just confusing. This is, I have trouble doing this glitch, like on the Legacy Collection, but back when I was playing this game on the NES, I could get it every time without fail. You guys see him equip Quick Man. I don't even know why. I just know you have to do it. And he's equipping Heatman because he's going to die and respawn in the checkpoint during the boss corridor. So right now he's skipping the entirety of Woodman stage. Holding down, yep, there you go. And look at that. What? That is a very complicated glitch. It's similar to the ones in Mega Man 1 where you scroll a screen a little bit too far, but a lot more complicated than that. It's closer to the Crash Man glitch, but just more complicated. And you're probably wondering, why aren't you using Heatman or Metal Man here? Well, Airman, first of all, as you can see, can shoot through the leaf shield, but it also does a lot of damage, and it can hit twice. So it's actually faster to do Airman's weakness, Airman's weapon, than it is to do Metal Man or Heatman's weapon.
heard this theory before.
He's still
but I don't
talking
know
about
the
Mega Man
details.
fans theories. That would be a fun series to cover, just like Mega Man fan ideas, fan theories, lore implications, and stuff. But yeah, now we have
Yeah,
Metal
there is a
Man.
zipless category,
Very fun
but
stage.
I've
I
never
love this
done
stage.
zipless
It's not the most interesting in terms of speedrunning, but I think it's one of the more fun stages in terms of speedrunning this game, at least to me, because the glitches are all really easy and they're just a fun spectacle to look at. You're basically using items the entire time. Yeah, first you get in this ceiling, you skip the entire conveyor belt section, easy peasy, and you know, you gotta get to the end of this room, of course. You can do a zip there. As you see, try to do a zip. It saves like almost no time, but you can zip on that other conveyor belt. There's also a zip here he'll probably get. It saves like frames, not a lot of time. And at some point, item 2, yeah, here it is, item 2. This is cool. This was also not around when I was speedrunning this game, but this is just a cool strategy. I love seeing this. I saw this in a run recently. I don't remember who was running, but I mean, I think you're faster. You definitely are faster when riding item 2 at max speed than you normally are. So when you're able to get away with the item 2 across a long room like that, it's just way faster, and it's really hard to do, surprisingly. Like, if you try to do that first try, you'll realize, oh, this is kind of weird, but it's fun to do. It's great. And that's Metal Man stage already. And as you see, he held down shoot. He's not crossing the middle of the stage, and that's why Metal Man did not move that entire fight. I love this game. A lot of people in my comment section like to say Mega Man 2's overrated. And you know what? Maybe it's overrated, but I still think it's the best Mega Man game. Everything about it is perfect except for Wily Stage 4. And in the speedrun, Wily Stage 4 is a little more trivialized, but even still, even when I was speedrunning this game, that was my least favorite stage by far. But yeah, now we have the last Robot Master, Bubble Man, already. Okay, avert your eyes. The bitrate's gonna crush this. It's already bad on my end, so I know it's gonna be even worse by the time I export the video. You want to keep that last frog on screen so that that second big frog doesn't shoot any more baby frogs. Because the big frogs only shoot frogs if there are no baby frogs on screen. So, I don't know. Probably a piece of information you didn't care about or need to know, but in case you want to speedrun Mega Man 2, that's important. You want to keep one of those baby frogs on screen when the next big frog shows up. Otherwise, he'll shoot 3 more baby frogs in your face. That's not fun. That's a hard jump. That's almost unnecessary, but it does save time, of course. Ooh, good setup, good setup. I normally do the cheap way, where you you build your way up there, but he timed that perfectly. Okay, item 2 here. Wow, I've never seen this before. I get it, but that's cool. I didn't know it was a strat. There's a strat here that's really hard. Is he gonna do it? He did! Yo! That used to be TAS only. I don't know how that zip works. Somehow item 2 zips you through it, through that wall, and you need to have invincibility frames, which is why he got hit right there, because you go through spikes. So if you don't have invincibility frames, you just die. And that used to be TAS only. I've never been able to do that glitch, but to be fair, I never put much time into it. But anyway, we're a Bubble Man, who is pretty easy fight, I'd say. You get him to go above you like that. Oh, the swag strat. Look at that. That was risky to go for, but he's putting the swag strat on the world record run. Or is it a world record? I guess we'll find out. Not like I titled this video that the world record is amazing or anything. That's such a cool swag strat. You can't... Oh, wait, cover your ears.
Didn't make it in time. Yeah, it's understandable. Where's Electra, dude?
Okay, it's quieting down. I think that's worse in Mega Man 1 than it is here with the noise, but it goes on a lot longer in Mega Man 2 for some reason. At least we get the payoff of this amazing castle. This is such a cool castle graphic, which we didn't have in Mega Man 1. Okay, as you saw right there, he turned around for like a little bit to make the bird come from the left, because the birds come opposite the way you're walking. So if you're walking right, the bird's going to come on the left side of the screen. And if you turn right as the trigger happens, it comes from behind you and you just don't have to worry about it. Just some small Mega Man 2 tips for you guys if you're wondering. And this is the stage that the Mech Dragon is on, where I discovered a new TAS strat that has never been done before, but I will go ahead and tell you that will not be used in this video. I'll explain it more when the time comes. This is a hard zip to do. Very cool one though, very fun. It's just like the other zips, instead of zipping through a ceiling very fast horizontally, you just jump a bunch of times and you get shoved up to the top of the room. Yeah, so if you grab the second half of the ladder there, that makes this zip easier, because you can do the same thing that I was just talking about with the jumping right here. You end up on the very top of this ladder and just skip a whole room, basically. If you do it perfectly, you can show up at the top of the screen here and you don't have to climb the ladder at all. If he did my glitch here, the item Tooterp glitch, he would save 10 more seconds off of this, but he didn't know about that. I just discovered this glitch, and the glitch was known, like with the item number 1s to do RTA, but a lot of people thought, like I talked about in the video, that it was based off the music cues, which is just so inconsistent and hard to do. So maybe in the future, the next year or two, someone will understand my setup is easier and incorporate it into the run. Maybe I'll have to be the one to do it. I'll stream this game some more PB and world record attempts. But anyway, that's still a great fight and a great stage.
It's not amazing, but It's
not
solid.
amazing. Not an amazing run here. Just a solid run. You see that minus 5.3? That'd be minus like 13 or something if you did the glitch. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Wily 2. This is a fun stage. The glitch here is actually really hard, and if you don't have practice in it, it could easily end your run because you have to manipulate these guys jumping at you. Because first you have to walk on these spikes, but you have to make sure they don't follow you here, because if they end up following you there, they knock you out of the glitch. And you do have to pause right there. He didn't just do that to switch items. If you don't pause, you fall into the spikes. The pause extends your zip time. And of course, that was also cool to see him jump over those crash bomb blocks. There's just so much to talk about here. It's hard to explain all of it. Also, Leaf Shield is equipped not only because it kills those in one hit, but also because this section coming up right here, it kills the drills a lot faster. But this is also an RNG section. If you get a lot of drops like that, you lose so much time. Like, theoretically, you could have a run where you get no drops. And honestly, that was really lucky. Like, he says he's bleeding time because he got a big weapon energy pickup, but, like, he only got one pickup. I've had runs where everything I kill gives me a drop, and it takes, like, 15 seconds to get out of that hallway. And, yeah, obviously, Flashman there is fastest because, I mean, you just freeze the things coming at you. Is he going to do the dunk? He got the dunk. Of course he got the dunk. What was I thinking? I think these guys are weak to bubble, but like I've said in my videos, I always say they're weak to Metal Man because Metal Man is easier to kill them with, especially when they spawn above you. But Metal Blade, you know, Metal Blade is such a good item. What isn't weak to Metal Blade, right? Well, there are some things, but you know. This boss is straightforward though. There's not much to talk about. This is probably the easiest castle boss. No, it's either this or Guts Dozer. I don't know what I said in my video on the easiest castle bosses, but it's definitely either this or the boss in the next stage.
I had the slight urge to piss.
Oh
I gotta
no.
Hold it in for like 10 minutes.
He has to pee. He doesn't have his gamer water bottle underneath him to pee in. Bad strat. I always have my gamer water bottle to pee in when I'm speedrunning, guys. You can't let a good run like this die. This stage is also very straightforward. Not a lot of tricks. I don't know. Okay, yeah. I was going to say, I don't know if you use item number 2 now. I've known of this, but I didn't know if it was in, like, the speedrun, because I don't know how much faster that actually is. I know it used to just be, like, run and jump and stay out of the water as long as possible because you're faster out of the water, but it makes a lot of sense to actually use item number 2 there. I don't know where or I don't know when all these item number 2 strats came into play as far as the Mega Man 2 speedrunning route goes, but again, when I was playing this game, there weren't really any of them. There was some in like Wily 4 to like get past some of the puzzles, which I'll talk about when those show up, but like in the places I've seen them, it's so cool to see. Oh, this zip here. I did not do this zip in my runs. I don't know why, but I just never thought about it. But if you miss it like once, you lose all your time. All right, here's Guts, man. This is incredibly hard. 1, 2, 3 jumps. Almost 2 jumps. It's so hard to get into. Getting it in 2 jumps, I don't know if it's like pixel or frame perfect or whatever, but it is the window is so small. You have to be mashing super fast. You have to be hitting in the exact pixel. It's a hard thing to do. Somehow lost 0.1 seconds. I don't know how that happened, but hey, we're a good pace going into Wily 4. I've seen all greens this run. This is the opposite of the Mega Man 1 world record where we saw all reds until the final stage. So, but really it all comes down to Wily 5 because we get more boss RNG. Who doesn't love that? Yeah, we get some more item 3 stair jumps. Obviously, that zip is really cool. I don't know what causes it. I know how to do it. I don't know what causes it. It just happens. It just works, okay? We don't question things like that. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Oh, this is a cool glitch. This is just like the one in Wily 1 that happened a few times. Skip a whole room. Yeah, here you just jump. And there's another glitch here that's similar where you pause to extend your zip. And yeah, you just skipped like half of Wily 4 right there. Yeah, this is a strat. Oh, okay. When I ran this game, I also used item number 1 at the ends, but that's similar to how when I ran it. Item 2 here. Okay, I didn't use item 2. I used item 1 in this room. Ooh. That's a lot more dangerous. I bet if I had to guess, he's saving item 1 energy, but this looks a lot faster as well. Here is where I would use item number 2 normally, but you could use any item here. Yeah, item 1 makes sense. And also, yeah, that makes a lot of sense in hindsight to be item 1 because you zip in this room. So you want to have it equipped and, you know, not pause because pausing is slow. So you want to pause as little as possible. And here we have the worst castle boss ever made. Some people say this is the whole reason why Mega Man 2 is a bad game. I almost said Mega Man and 2, like Rockman and Forte, but whatever. And again, this boss is not good. Obviously the worst boss in this game. Terrible, but to say that Mega Man 2 is bad because of one boss is crazy to me. This boss sucks, but like, get good, guys. Get good. Ooh, saved over a second.
So much in the past 2 weeks. Might as well be my second home.
Wily 5, yep. Here we go. It all comes down to Wily 5. You get bad Heatman RNG, over. You miss one jump on those little platforms, over. This stage is so brutal. And this is one of my favorite stages casually, but in speedruns, it's just like, oh my gosh. So here you got Snipe Airman through the tornadoes. I'm surprised he didn't already switch to Woodman. Yeah, you could do it here.
That's a shame.
He probably thinks the run is dead, but it's not. There's still a chance.
I messed up a little there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it really was just a small mistake, but like in Wily 5, it's just so brutal. I can't stress it enough. Oh my gosh, 2 30s and a 90. Okay, come on, another 30. Okay, 30. That was good RNG, I'd say. Not great, not the best, but that was decent. Certainly, you can get a lot worse than that. And look at that. That's how you beat Heatman. I mean, that's how you beat Woodman. And of course, he's trying to beat the bosses while standing on the left side of the screen, so he doesn't have to run across the room and teleport. Also, this was always my favorite part of speedrunning this game, fighting Quickman with the plain old dude. Because a lot of people say it's really hard, and it's difficult, but it's not as hard as you would think, I would say. I wouldn't say these are bad refights, but obviously they could be better. Not in terms of skill, but like RNG a lot. The Quickman fight, I mean, I've seen cleaner, but like that's still, the Quickman fight, like I said, it was easy. It's easy to beat. It's very difficult to get like efficiently in terms of getting a world record speedrun, because like Quickman is so brutal and quick. I don't know if you guys knew this, Quickman's really quick. But yeah, those last two are just free. And now the Wily machine. Again, you get hit one time, reset, run over. And this is an easy boss, but getting hit or not getting hit one time is not as easy as you would think. And yeah, the crash bombs, when the machine is moving away from you and you hit a crash bomb like that, it basically one hits. Only a second and a half, only a second and a half. Rounds up to 2. We got the last stage in the game. I love this stage. Now, casual players know if you just hold right the entire time, you're never going to get hit by any of those little acid drops or blood drops or whatever you want to call it. But in the speed runs, we also hold right just so we can zip at the end. And this zip, again, is pretty difficult because, okay, I used to do it on the other side. So that's cool that you can do it right here. And you can soft lock right here. You can soft lock at the very end of the game. And here we go. Alien Wily, the Mash Fest. How fast can you mash? That's all that matters here. Mash as fast as possible. You got this, Cypher. Come on. Let's see. Alien Wily. This is also such a cool boss fight. I love this game. Okay, he got hit on purpose there to get invincibility frames to mash faster inside of Wily. Jeez. World record.
We did it.
It's probably even slightly faster than whatever that time is. I'll double check.
Initial goal accomplished.
What does it say? Yeah, 26:32 it says at the top left. So yeah, there you go, world record. What a run. Only by like 2 seconds.
We kept her cool. I'm just so happy.
A little less than 2 seconds. Didn't even get the best RNG. I mean, you could say this run could be improved upon. But again, Mega Man 2 is one of those speedruns where it takes an incredible amount of skill just to beat the game at this pace and RNG luck. So sitting here resetting until you get good RNG luck, you also have to execute every single time. You have to be a great Mega Man 2 player and you have to get RNG. The stars have to align. Now again, I'm willing to go back into speedrunning on live streams if you guys want to see, but I don't know. This was a great world record by Cypher. Obviously, I mean, this, I don't know when he got this, but it stood for a while. Got this November 20th, 2022. So a little over a year and a couple months, this world record has stood. I know people still run Mega Man 2, but I don't know many people seriously trying to contest 26:33 or 26:32 is technically the world record. Yeah, also this ending. I love this ending. And what a great run. I'm sorry if I was having a hard time explaining things, but it's so fast and there's so much to explain about Mega Man 2 that it's insane. I mean, I can make like an hour-long video sitting here trying to explain all the intricate glitches of Mega Man 2. Congrats to Cypher. Again, I've been watching Cypher speedruns for over 10 years. So I'm glad he has the world record again. He had the world record for the majority of the time I was speedrunning Mega Man 2. I'm a huge fan of Cypher. I mean, as a Mega Man 2 speedrunner, you kind of have to be. He had the world record when I started speedrunning this. He has the world record again. He got it back. I mean, if you want to get good at Mega Man 2, just watch his runs and try to execute the way he does.
We're going to get lower than that. That is not the end goal. I can tell you that right now.
You tell him, Cypher. I want to see him grind too. I want to see Cypher use the item Tooterp glitch and get the first sub 2620. A 2619 mayhaps. You might not even think that's possible, but if you've seen the task, you know theoretically you can get a 22 minutes. And again, some of those tricks are impossible, borderline impossible at least, but we'll be covering that this Saturday. But yeah, that was the Mega Man 2 world record speedrun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love this speedrun. I haven't seen this world record before. I've seen other Mega Man 2 world records, and I've speedran this game game a lot more than Mega Man 1, so obviously I'm aware of a lot of these strats, but this run was just incredible. Huge congrats to Cypher. In my eyes, he is the best Mega Man 2 speedrunner. I've literally been watching his speedruns for over 10 years. The entire time I've speedrun Mega Man 2, Cypher in my head was like the best Mega Man 2 speedrunner. Of course, the world record was gotten by Cool Kid, at least, and like a few other runners, I'm pretty sure, but Cypher to me has always been the best Mega Man 2 speedrunner, so congratulations, Cypher. I would say that on a stream I'm going to try to, you know, improve my PB and maybe get a world record, but it almost feels disrespectful to say after watching Cypher do such a great run, so we're not going to go for the world record yet. Let's just try to get a sub 27 if I start speedrunning this game on live stream, because that would be huge, and after that, we'll see. But anyway, this Saturday, we are going to be taking a look at the TAS of Mega Man 2, which is also insane. It's not as incredibly broken as Mega Man 1's TAS, but it's still really cool and has a lot of insane tricks that are not done in this run, and a lot of the Mega Man 2 real-time progressions have been using TAS strats or slowly implementing them into the real-time run. So of course, one day if someone uses my Mech Dragon TAS strat that I found an easier way to set up, this run will be saved by like 10 seconds, or it'll be faster by 10 seconds, you know what I mean. And there's a lot more TAS strats that could be picked up upon, so we're going to be taking a look at that on Saturday, but as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys then.